Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and my biology class where I am teaching biology in a very simple way. We are discussing the chapter how do organisms reproduce, and we are almost done with this chapter. Now a small topic is left, that is reproductive health. So today we are going to discuss about the reproductive health. Okay. So there are two learning objectives for today's class. First, after this video, you should be able to explain the concept of reproductive health, and you should be able to list the components of reproductive health and briefly explain them. Okay. So first let's try to understand what is reproductive health. Okay. So reproductive health is the state of complete reproductive fitness, which means you should be able to reproduce, or your reproductive system should function well. Okay. So WHO has given the definition for reproductive health, and it states that reproductive health is the state of physical, mental, and social well-being, and not just the absence of disease or weakness in all matters relating to the reproductive system. Okay. Reproductive health includes sexual health. So reproductive health basically means sexual health. Okay. You should be free from all kind of sexually transmitted disease, and the function of your reproductive system should be well. So that is all about the reproductive health. Okay. So reproductive health is as important as our general health. So it is important for us to have an accurate information about sexual life, reproduction process, the functions of reproductive organs, contraception methods and all. Okay. So until and unless if we don't have information about these things, we are not going to have good reproductive health. So so we need to have information about this. Okay. We need to have awareness, proper awareness about these things. Okay. Now let's see the components of reproductive health. So there are basically three components of reproductive health. Okay, so these components are basically to ensure the good reproductive health. Okay, if we want to have good reproductive health, we need to have knowledge of reproductive processes and organs. Okay, we need to have information about family planning, or we need to have knowledge about it, and all kind of birth control measures. Okay, we need to know what is STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, so if we have knowledge about all these things, then it ensures us that we can have good reproductive health. Okay, and in our previous video we have already discussed about the reproductive processes and the function of various organs. So today we will be discussing about other two components. Okay. So family planning. So family planning is important for us if we want to control the size of our families. Okay. Family planning enables a couple to decide on the number of children it wants to have and when to have them. Right. So if a couple has less number of children, it can provide good food, good clothes, and good education to its child. Okay. And this will make the parents as well as the children happy. So a small family is a happy family. Okay. But it should be noted that having fewer children also keeps the mother in good health. Okay. And we should remember that to keep the size of our family small by having less number of children is in our own interest as well as in the interest of our nation. And there are some points which is mentioned out here, so you can go through these points and just remember few points. So basically family planning is to control the number of children. Okay, so to have the limited number of children in a family, and family planning can be done with the help of birth control measures. Okay. So birth control simply means preventing pregnancy in women. Okay, and this process is also called as contraception. Okay, the prevention of pregnancy in women is called contraception. So this birth control measure is also called as contraceptive measures. Okay, and there are various methods of contraception like barrier method, surgical method, chemical method, and IUCD. So let's discuss each of them. So first one is physical barrier or barrier method. So in this method, the union of sperm and egg is prevented. Okay, the union, if the sperm and egg is not met, then fertilization will not occur. So basically, to prevent the fertilization, this barrier method is used, and in this method there is use of condoms, diaphragms, and cervical caps. So we all are familiar about condoms and cervical caps. Actually, these caps are put inside the cervix of women. So this prevent the entry of sperm into the uterus or fallopian tube. So it will ultimately prevent the meeting of egg and sperm. Okay. So next is surgical method, and in this method, the vas deferens or sperm duct in male and fallopian tube or oviduct in female is blocked or removed or just cut and tied. Okay, so that the whatever sperm and ovum produced will not pass through it. Okay, so this can be done in both male and female. If vas deferens is blocked or removed, it is called as vasectomy in male, and in female it is called as tubectomy. And this is a kind of permanent kind of method. Okay, contraception. Next is chemical method. In chemical method, oral contraceptive method and vaginal contraceptive pill is there. Okay, in oral contraceptive pill, that is taken orally, and vaginal contraceptive is put through vagina. And these chemicals basically changes the hormonal balance of female, so that they will not release the egg on time. Okay, so after you have these chemicals, your egg will not release even if it's time to be ovulation or ovulate. Okay, so this method is one of the effective method in of contraception. Okay, and the last method is IUCD, which means intrauterine contraceptive device. Intrauterine, so this is a device, for example copper T. So copper T is one of the IUCD which is put in the uterus. That's why it is intrauterine. So this is put in the uterine, and it prevents pregnancy by killing the sperm. Okay, after the copulation, sperm goes inside the uterus, but if you have copper T inside it, that copper T will kill the sperm and prevent the uh, fertilization, which ultimately prevents the pregnancy. Okay, so these are various methods of contraception. So the last component of reproductive health is sexually transmitted diseases or STDs. Okay, so there are different types of STDs. Okay, and STDs are diseases which can be transmitted from infected person to a healthy person through sexual intercourse. Okay, this cannot be transmitted through air or water. So this kind of diseases can be only transmitted through sexual intercourse. Okay, and so examples are gonorrhea and syphilis, which is caused by bacteria, and HIV/AIDS and genital warts, which are caused by virus. Okay, so you just have to remember the name of the disease and caused by and the causal agent or causal organism. Okay, so in this standard or in this grade, you don't have to go detail about these diseases. Okay, in grade 12, you have to study all the symptoms, preventive measures, causal agent, mechanism, everything. But for now, you just have to remember the name of the disease and the causal organism. Okay, so this is all about the reproductive health, and I hope you all are clear with this topic, because this is one of the smallest and easiest topic of this chapter. And please go through this video once again, and also go through the books, NCERT or other reference book, so that you remember all the concepts, or those concepts are retained for long period of time. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. We'll meet in our next video.